You're watching another Supercharged Masterclass with Jordan Samuel Fleming. Your opportunity to learn the ins and outs of Podio design and development from one of the top Podio partners in the world.
Hey everybody, it's Jordan Fleming here with another Supercharged Masterclass. Now, today I'm gonna dive into something that I find really useful and we tend to build in a lot of our systems. And it kind of relates both to smartphone in the sense that I'm going to show you an example using the smartphone logging in Podio, but it also just relates to a good Podio design habit, which is the ability to get a kind of, you might call it twice removed relationship field, right? So I've got an app that's related to another app, and then that app is related to other apps, and I want to link them forwards. I want to bring that link together. Sort of like that logical puzzle we all learned in high school. A to B, B to C is A to C. Well, using GlobiFlow / Citrix PWA, it can be. Let's dive into Podio and take a look. Okay, so here we are in Podio. Now, I said it related a little bit to the smartphone, and it does because we use this process all the time when we're setting smartphone up for customers. And you can see here that I am looking at a smartphone call that was logged in the smartphone communications app. Now, the key thing here is that we've added this section down below called related items. And you can see here it's got user, number, related property, related transaction, etc. Now, all of these things are relationship fields. And of course, what we want to do is we want to automate this, right? We want to be able to say, when a call happens, go over to the contact that's already in my CRM, find the things that matter, and drop them in. That's what I mean by kind of, you know, the sort of twice removed relationship field, the A to B to B to C. So we're going to actually use the contact in this case to gather the main things we care about, which in this case is the property and transaction. On this example, of course, you can extrapolate this to use almost any type of data or app. But here, I've got a communication and it's logged against William Smart, and I'm going to use that William Smart contact to grab the property that William is trying to sell me and the disposition transaction that is related to that property. Now, how do I get those two? That's the thing we're going to dive in today, because you can see here that William Smart, if I go to his contact record, sure enough, he has got, hey, are you using Podio to manage your real estate investment business? Wait! Click the link to find out why thousands of real estate investment professionals are using Podio plus smartphone to make more calls, send more text, and close more deals. Click the link. The transaction and property. They're related to him by using that forward relationship. So how do I get that? How do I go to William and find the information that I want to drop it in? Well, I'm going to show you in Citrix PWA. So the key things here are the notion of get referenced and the two parts of get reference, which is a forward and reverse. You'll see this when you start to play with it. Now, you got to be a bit careful about this because you can start getting into these weird loop situations where you're, you know, doing relationships forward and then another one back completely unnecessarily. You don't have to do one relationship this way and one back, because you can do what's called a reverse lookup. So if you look at here, what I've done is very simply, I've said, okay, if there's a contact here, i.e. if the communication contact, the contact that smartphone logs to, because he's already in my CRM, is not null, i.e. it exists, something's there. And then this is the important bit. I'm going to go get reference. And the first reference I'm going to do is to that contact. So I'm going to go get reference to the contacts, forward, so from the app, forward to the contacts, using the field communication contact. Great, that's all I need. Then I'm going to go, well, I want to do another step. And this time I'm going to go from contacts to properties, and I'm going to do that reverse. Why is it reverse? Well, because this first one, I'm on the communications app and I've got a direct relationship forward to contacts. But when I'm on contacts, we don't have a relationship field forward to property. Property is related to the contact, right? So instead of, whereas in the first example, communication goes forward to the contact, in the second example, I'm on the contact and the property is actually doing the forward relationship, right? And that's why we call it a reverse, because we're going forward to contact and then we're doing the reverse down to property, because it's property that relates to contact. Okay, hands up, who's using Podio for real estate and they don't want more leads? Nobody. You want more leads closed? Well, check out SmartPhone for Podio, the only phone system fully built for Citrix Podio, with an fully integrated power dialer and our amazing mobile apps. It means wherever you are, you can make more calls, log to Podio, send more texts, log to Podio, and close more deals, all logged to your Podio CRM. Click the link. Check it out. And I'm doing that using the field primary seller. And then I'm also going and getting the transactions. I'm doing that exact same thing because the transaction relates to the property to the contact, and the communication to the contact. I can do that whole chain and grab those things. Now, I will say, a little caveat, that if you've got in this case, a seller with a lot of properties, you're gonna have to do some more steps. But in this example, it's a one-to-one relationship. I'm sure I'll do a video at some point where we're starting to look at, broader things and more, being able to make sure you grab all the relationships. But in the case that I see so often in real estate, we're talking about a seller who's got a property and a disposition transaction related to that property. So I'm going forward relationship, communication to contact, reverse, property comes up to, so contact to property is reverse, property transaction is reversed, because transaction relates to property, property to contact, contact, communication. All those are clearly defined here. And then all I'm doing is I'm going ahead and I'm updating the property by those values that I have grabbed. Because I'm doing a get reference first, I now have the ability to grab the referenced items, and it's plural here in parentheses because sometimes it's multiple. In this case, it's just singular, but I'm grabbing them. And that means that when a call happens, what happened here was, the contact was not null. I'm going to go forward to William, boom. And then I'm going to reverse down to the property and reverse from the property to the transaction. Grab both of those and, of course, drop them into the property and the transaction field. It's very simple. It's incredibly simple. But it's important that you understand that concept of a forward relationship field and then a reverse. And it's also important to understand that concept, as you'll see in a couple of the other masterclass videos, because there's no need to do a relationship field both ways. I don't need to do a relationship field here and then on this app do one back. I only need the one direction because Citrix PWA is clever enough to allow me to go, hey, let's do a reverse lookup. Let's go back. Let's go to the ones referencing me instead of the ones I'm referencing. Are you using Podio with CallRail? There's a better way. Click the link to find out why hundreds of businesses have moved over to using SmartPhone, the only phone system built for Podio. Make more calls, send more texts, and close more deals. Click the link. It's a really simple thing, but it's something that we find really useful, particularly in the communications app, this smartphone app, because when a call happens and the contact happens to be in our database, we can go ahead and grab all sorts of information, the property, the transaction. We could grab the buyer profile if the buyer profile, if it's related to a campaign, the particular property, we could drop those in as well. And all of that can happen automatically by simply using that get referenced both forward and reverse. Hope that helps. And of course, if you disagree, agree, got any questions, hit me up in the YouTube comments. Do make sure you ring the bell, subscribe to the YouTube channel, give us a like, give us a review on our podcast as well. Really, this masterclass series is all about you guys. So if there's something you want me to cover, please do let me know. And as always, thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching this Supercharged Masterclass with Jordan Samuel Fleming, CEO of SmartPhone. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel to be notified of new podcast episodes, Podio Masterclasses, and in-depth Podio extension reviews.